No, 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 no heroes. No, 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 no heroes. No heroes, baby.
Alright guys, we are back with round 2. We're gonna have an interesting matchup, at least for me, because again, it's a deck that I don't see that much. It's gonna be MAGELLAN against Black Yellow Luffy. Um, I don't know who's gonna be favored. I don't know how this is gonna go. So I am counting on Ben to do the carrying. Maybe he knows about it because I don't know. I was not present at the time when MAGELLAN was new. You just played the searcher and picked up a card. I did not notice it because I was a bit distracted. 1 second. But we're gonna have the gap on Ruffy's side to look for one of the three brothers, hopefully, in time. And he's gonna pick, I think it is Kid. No, it's Kid Ruffy. So I guess that's gonna be it for the turn, and then we're gonna go back to MAGELLAN. So the question right here is, I mean, since you don't really want to swing into Ruffy to put into 0, but it's what I would figure, but no, he swung, Ruffy took, because why would you not want to take? And I'm not as good as with the name, but playing one of the cards that plays out the jail beast, the name of the card just it's not coming into my memory as of now. But we're passing over to Ruffy. Before dawn, there's not a lot that you can play besides Verona. We talked about it yesterday. Abra mentioned it. The 4-down turn is a bit awkward because usually you cannot play one of your 5 cards. Maybe you just attach down to swing, and we see a swing with Garb, which gets countered by the 2K, and back to MAGELLAN. Now with 5 down, there's a chance that we're just gonna see another MAGELLAN being played, but we just clear out the gap, which is fine. And then we keep, we swing into leader, which I think is interesting. I wouldn't personally give the cards to Ruffy, but we're gonna have, there we go, the MAGELLAN that I figured. So putting him to 5 and swinging with 6, which could be counted out, but all right. We're gonna have the option card to look for the 3 brothers, and we see a Zabo. All right, that's a good start.
Hello, I should be back, hopefully. Just caught the last end of that search there to grab the blocker Sabo. So
there we go. I was about to say, because I was like, MAGELLAN is playing cards that I don't remember the cards from the top of my head. I was not mentally ready. But yeah, MAGELLAN on 4, Ruffy on 1, on 5 down instead of 6. So delaying the not the MAGELLAN, the Moya turn by 1. Swinging baseline. I'm not sure whether it's onto one of the bodies or the Jade Beast, but it looks like onto leader. And I would, it's just gonna be the Zabo that we found earlier, drawing 2 and pitching a ace. Yep.
And a Luffy.
There we go.
So over to the Magellan turn we go now. Then there's plenty of characters on board for them. That Mino Koala there as a blocker. Obviously the Magellan character himself as well. Where we go, yeah.
I'd pressure him, but I would not really recommend to put Ruffy on 0 and willingly. So
yeah,
I would
not without at least knowing that you can close out the game this turn. That's generally the only time with any kind of confidence that you want to attack a Black Yellow Luffy deck while they've still got a life remaining at the very least. because obviously if they can start blocking and countering out, then all of a sudden there's it comes back to sort of punish you later on, as we're going to start seeing some attacks. The first one was countered away from the leader. Now the koala is going to attack at 5k base, counted again.
What's the name of the koala, may I ask?
Mino Koala.
Mino koala. Is that not also the one that gives rush? It has rush on its own?
The one that has rush is the Chihuahua.
Oh my lord.
Why
did
to
I
make it confusing.
Why did we pick this leader? Anyways, we're gonna have a kid on the board, a blocker. And yeah, making sure that every time you turn it on, getting it on back. So you're basically just recycling it on. And with 7 done on the side of Luffy, there is no Moria coming down anytime soon. We're gonna pitch 1, 2. Okay. Don't pay. We are now at 0. The magic number has been achieved. So, catching 2. Trashing, probably a card. Probably a 5-cost. Brother. Put in, I would assume, the ace. And maybe another Zabo onto the board. So, trashing an ace. Okay, we have a Luffy and an ace. Okay, that's also fine. Do we have 2 of the... Well, I guess we have 2 of the brothers.
Yep, looks like we must do. We're going to go
So-
with ace first, use that effect, plus 2k onto leader, play down the ace from life, and we should be seeing Luffy in just a second. First one
Alright.
attack.
So it's asking how much Dawn they're gonna have for the next turn and how much cards they have in hand. So whether they want to consider going back to 0 life or not. So they're gonna take that hit. And there's gonna be the small boy bringing in the big boy. Making the leader now a 9k leader and also buffing up the character to be 8k until the next turn. And they're just gonna swing. And yeah, that's the turn. So with so many bodies on the board, there's an attempt to be made if there would not be a Zabo. But I think with 8 Dawn, yeah, it's 8 and not 9.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can get rid of the Zabo right now. Unless he is playing one of the option cards that is KOing, I think, an 8-cost card that also came in EB01. That would be, a good thing, but then you need to swing into a 9k leader, which is quite impossible.
Yeah,
So-
that's one of the another one of the biggest things that this black yellow Luffy deck brings, of course, as well. We saw it in combination with Newgate when that was in like massive popularity back in the OPO2 days. Speaking of the old OPO2 meta, being able to drop the 10 cost and buff up your already 6k natural statted leader up to 8 was just a really high mountain for a lot of decks to try and climb and get over, which led to the leader's eventual banning. That's what this limited leader does in a similar kind of fashion. It gets itself up to that 9k in a similarly easy kind of way when you have the combination going and when you've got the right pieces in hand to get that there. And it's just those naturally high statted leaders are always really, really interesting and really, really difficult to try and to get around. That's why we saw Red Purple Luffy do so well back in sort of the 4.5 meta. It was just that 6k was just really, really strong.
All right, so we're gonna see the king coming down, getting off the flambe, and you're gonna see a swing at. I mean, it must be ace because swing at anything else would be pointless.
Yeah, it's just a 7 right now, so the ace is probably the target here in this situation with Luffy still at a 9.
All right, and we see him being protected.
Yeah, wants it around still. So that'll block. That leader as well, that Magellan, is 6k right now as well. So those who aren't familiar, as soon as a Don is returned from the field to a Don deck, the leader gets plus 1k during the turn, but not wanting to do anything with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to clear the ace, not enabling it to be in trash again, to be put onto the live. However, I think there should be a second ace in trash either way, so. But
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. That's the thing as well, is that like, if you've got the brothers in hand, or if you've got ways to find the brothers in hand with either like Gar or Three Brothers Bond, which we're going to see now, speak of, you don't mind those aces going into the discard pile because you just recycle them with the leader ability anyway. They go into the discard pile, 2 down underneath leader, declare effect, restack the life, and get that power boost there as well. So interesting that with this Three Brothers Bond that he decided to let the Sabo go down, but maybe he wanted it there himself as well. Like you said, if there's a second ace in trash, then we can ace Sabo this turn with leader effect as well.
And I found a small ace too, so.
Okay, perfect. So it looks like we're just setting aside the 2 Don, ready for that leader ability. We've counting everything up, making sure that we've got all the resources that we want for this attack. There is the 2 blockers on board for the Magellan player, and that Koala and the Eustace Captain Kid.
So you're gonna see a swing at. The question is at what? I don't think at the Magellan, or at the character Magellan, but it's gonna be blocked either way.
Yep, and be able to get that on KO effect as well, because the leader has the impel down tight. You can ramp it on.
Right,
Always
and then we
useful in these
see
perfects.
a swing, 8, turning it on, which is, I think it's also one of the new.
No, this is Judgment of Hell. This is an event card that's been around for a little while. Don -1, give up to a total of 2 of your opponent's leader or character cards minus 3,000 power during this turn, and then a trigger to ramp a Don, to return a Don if your opponent has 6 or more on their field. So it's a nice little sequencing punisher. This event card has been seen a fair bit of play in purple decks purely because of that, being able to punish some poor attack sequencing. But in Magellan, it's perfect, especially for the trigger as well, with what you generally want to do as a Magellan player.
So it is -3 for the turn.
The turn, yes.
So anything that can swing twice is just screwed over for this one.
Exactly.
So Luffy is not gonna be a 9k leader. This, at least for his own turn, is gonna be a 6k leader for his turn.
As long as that was what was declared as one of the targets, because it is leader or character, then yes, you're totally correct.
I mean, if you can choose up to 2 character,
yes,
2 leader or character, then I would just choose the one that can attack and not anyone else. But maybe I am wrong.
Yeah, that would be the fair assumption, is that you declare the first power reduction on the character that's attacking, obviously to counter out of the attack and get yourself safe in that regard, and then try and reduce anything that might well attack. It's not going to matter much here, like life was taken from that leader swing, but just minimizing the damage in that scenario.
So with 10 done, whew. What is there to be? I mean, with 10 done, you have 0 life, unless I am not, I'm mistaken here. And they have 4 cards in hand, I think.
I think so. It's not too many options. I don't think. The slight benefit that the Magellan player does have is that he's got a couple of sort of bigger bodies on the board, right? That King at 7k, the Magellan at 6. But now that Luffy is back up to 9, obviously the Judgment of Hell effect wears off now. So that 9k that was granted from the Sabo and Ace 1 costs or kids in that scenario is immediately reduced as we see a big attack with the fight across Magellan.
So we're swinging for 11 now, right?
Yeah,
The question
looks like
is, can he counter out, or is he just gonna block with Sabo? I mean, it's just 2k. Okay, it's 3k to counter out.
Mhm.
If
Looks
he
like
does,
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to set up a 11-12 swing here. So this 11 swing is going to get countered. And it looks like we're just going to place the remainder underneath King and see if they've got it. That's enough. Yeah, that's double twos, it looks like.
and ladies and gentlemen, game. It is as simple as that. In my opinion, I would have rather blocked the attack and not go down to 0. And if Zabo got cleared, just go for controlling the board and try to survive one more turn. But sometimes you win, you lose. So, I mean, we didn't get to see the full power of Magellan, I guess, because surely gonna be like some end boss characters, like for example, 9 cost Kaido, that I think most purple lists just play down because it's just a good buddy to play if you're at ton more. My God, 10 Dawn, and yeah.